Okay, I'm back. Um, I had to get out of my apartment. You know, wasn't doing not doing no good to sit up there, lay up there, mope and grope. You know, one thing I have learned in life is when you're trying to hustle and you're trying to make money, you're trying to do whatever, it ain't doing no good to sit up in the apartment. You know what I'm saying? Lay up in the apartment. There ain't nothing gonna happen up there. Yeah, I could be on social media, sit on social media all night, and check my job stat, check labor ready all the time. Ain't gonna be nothing there. But I know these streets ain't the, ain't not much out in these streets. You know, it's trouble. But I have to get out and do something. I have to. You know, I can't wait till the second of the month. I can't wait till I get my check. I can't wait. So I gotta find something, in a way, sometimes I got another job interview at another Walmart, the one on Bashford Manor, the one I, probably said I didn't want to work at, but I'm gonna go check that one out. And Monday, maybe they might hire me Monday, who knows? Because some of them know I can't be on my feet for a while, because they see me coming in there. Usually when I shop, I'm using a scooter, so a lot of them see me and know me, and they pretty much know I don't get around too good. But with accommodation, they might need me to do a greeting. They could use me as a greeter. Whose jobs they have, probably sitting down, or you know, So I've seen some people, but I know the scooters are for the customers. But like I've seen, like I was at New Cut last year, and I remember seeing somebody. I think they was going around everywhere in a scooter. They used a scooter to go, stock shelves and do whatever job they had to do. But it was the management, I think, people in the yellow vest. But kind of sit here and think what I would do. First place I came up to was Thornton's. Seemed like you got everybody up there hustling, everybody. But the kind of hustling they do, kind of hustles that they do is panhandling. They up here bumming cigarettes, bumming change and shit like that. Now how's that gonna do? And to me, I know there are people out there who can't work, who can't get a job, and I guess they have to resort to something, you know. But then you got people out there that just don't want to work, don't want to do nothing. They want to leech, you know. They'd rather sit out, panhandle, and all that shit than go out and get their own money, you know. I don't know if, like, there's times when I've told panhandlers or consistent panhandlers that do it all the time, and I could tell, especially the young ones that can work, well, you know what, they out there have some cigarettes, ask for this, ask for that, and it gets on my nerves, and then I'll be telling them, well, go get a damn job. That's what I'll tell them, go get a job. And then you tell them no sometimes, you know, they're not as aggressive. Sometimes they're aggressive, they just keep asking you, and they'll try to manipulate, say, da-da-da-da-da. But, you know, but then, you know, you got panhandlers like, I'm not a panhandler, but you got people like me right now trying to find a hustle. You know, maybe somebody that's working that does have a job, but they just ain't got paid yet. You know what I mean? They may just start a job. Then when you start a regular job, it may be a week or two before you get paid. And you might not have nothing. Somebody may need any money to get to and from a job, you know? But my opinion on panhandling. I'm not trying to look down on it. Sometimes it may be my opinion on it or something. I don't know if the Lord is punishing me sometimes for this. I don't know if the Lord wants me to feel sorry for the panhandlers and understand them and be all well, I understand because I'm putting myself in a position to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know God will bless us for helping people. And you know what I'm saying? God blesses us for helping others that need it. But you can't. But the thing is, I feel like if I'm giving money to these people, these panhandlers, if I'm giving them everything, all the time. I'm enabling them. I'm enabling. It's time when you just got, just gotta tell them no. You have to either tell them no, and if you know tell that person is hungry because they need something to eat, I buy them something to eat, but I sure the hell ain't gonna give them no damn money. Now, kind of panhandling I would rather do. This is my, let me tell you something. If someone can get out here and even if they cannot work, don't have a job, but let me tell you something. It's one thing I feel about panhandling. If you out here just expecting people to help you out with change and cigarettes for nothing, and not doing nothing for the money. Oh.
Yeah, don't want people hanging out on you.
Hold on. Well, there was another Walmart, Walmart neighborhood market out on Poplar Level Road. I got an interview with them on Tuesday. All these Walmarts I want you to get it to for an interview, It's actually a supermarket, the one on Poplar Level, so, I might hope I'd be okay with that one. If that one, that it's far out. At the same time, the 23 bus, thing about Bashford Manor, I just have to walk here to catch the 23 to go out to work, catch it back, and it's a dependable bus route, and it gets me right there to the door. You see them just run me off of there, I'm not even out there trying to cause them trouble. I just need to sit down because, I can't walk on my feet too long. Oh, I'm gonna head over here. And I find somewhere to sit down. Just recollect my thoughts. And reflect. Maybe I'll go sit over here at the library for a minute. I don't know. Well, I'm sitting here debating on it. Let me tell you. I know I just keep, I know I talk about things and I tend to just ramble on and on. You know what I'm saying? I guess I have to get everything out of my mouth. Sometimes maybe I'll lose myself in a conversation. Well, I was just talking about the panhandling deal. I don't know if anybody could call this panhandling where, okay, instead of just going out and asking somebody for change, and asking somebody for a cigarette, and not doing nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? That's panhandling. Now, let's say, instead of asking, you do ask people for money, instead of just expecting them to give you money and you not doing nothing for it. Now, South Park Shorty, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to do one of your hustles. I'm trying to copy off of you, but before you started, getting paid and entertained and stuff, and you said you pumped gas for $1, I sat there and I said to myself, you know what? She had the right idea. You know, I kind of thought of that for a minute. You know, I was thinking of that too before I even found out she did it, but I just didn't know it worked. But you know, no, I don't. I'm trying to get it myself. I'm out hustling myself. See what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to do that. I mean, it's hard to, see. I ain't gonna tell this man what I'm gonna do. I don't know if they do it either. We don't know how people are at Thornton's, but I thought Thornton's at least know people that work there. I'll have to talk to Shantika about it if I just go out there and start doing it. You know, I want to at least get permission, make sure it's all right with them at Thornton's. That, you know, because Thornton's, man, you get a lot of people coming there to pump gas and just charge $1 to pump gas. You know, $1 nothing. But when you just think all them dollars that you're making pumping gas, all that adds up, you know? That adds up. Oh, shoot, I picked my nose. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm just saying this for a damn $1. I mean, going out there pumping gas for $1, you know, other things we do. Go to a grocery store and, you know, maybe ask people to help them with the groceries, you know, help people with their groceries. Just charge $1, $2. You know what I'm saying? It's all we charge, you know. Because, you know, everybody's going to, if somebody wants help, they'll give you $1 for it, you know. $1 ain't asking too much. I mean, you know, another thing is car washes. You know, now car wash, I probably charge about $2, $3 for that. You know, I don't know how many people you get up there washing cars. You know, how many people gonna wash cars versus go get gas somewhere? You know, Shawty had the right idea. South Park had the right idea. You know, before she got doing what she's doing, I mean, that's what she did for her hustle. I found out, you know, she pumped gas for $1. I don't know if she still does it. And then she does it at that same place. She does it at the same convenience store, one King store in Houston. You know, if I had to go to Houston and wanted to find her and wanted to meet her and stuff, I know to go to that store. You know, she's always there. That's her like second home. Well, now see, they might let her do it because that's like Houston might have different rules as far as panhandling. Not panhandling, but see, I do respect. There's nothing wrong with go out here and doing stuff for a little money. I mean, if you're basically working, I mean, so if you're panhandling, doing something for the money, and not sitting there like a bum and just expecting people to, okay, you owe me something. You know, I'm poor, I'm homeless, I'm owed. People feel sorry for me. No. I'd rather work for my money. You know, if I don't want somebody to give me some damn change, I'm going to do some shit for it, you know. The only thing I won't do is sell my ass and do something illegal, you know. I mean, that's all in the past, you know. I'm not, you know, when I go out here and hustle, I'm going to make sure I'm legal about it, you know. I'm not going to go out here and do something illegal, you know. That stuff was all in the past. That's all in the past. I ain't trying to go back to that. So, I mean, you know, it's been over 20 years since I did some shit like that. Well, no. 2000 was the last time I did shit like that. You know, 2001, you know, I did stuff. So, you know, that's like 16 years ago I did stuff like that, 16, 17 years. I won't even talk about what I did. It's, you know, I wasn't a consistent addict, but you know, when you need money, when you're broke, and you ain't got nothing coming, you don't even have a check coming, There ain't no work out there. You're doing about anything you can to get the money, even if you have to, you know. But I tell you, I haven't done any stealing or nothing like that since 2000. You know, I was done with that. I'm done with two. I was done with that years ago. I was done with that after I got saved. I got saved and went and gave my life to Jesus in 2001. You know, and see, it was before that I decided that I would never steal or do nothing like that again. You know, it was when I first moved up here. You know, when I moved up here, I'm telling you, before I moved up here and I was in Cincinnati, I was really doing some shit, man. I was really doing some shit. I was, you know, I'm telling you what. But I'm just saying this. Oh, what I used to do. Oh yeah, I did some shit for money. It's kind of hard to talk about what I did because, you know, sometimes when you tell people stuff, you got some people out there, let's say they might not want to trust me. And they take me the wrong way and think that even though it's in the past, could I do that again? No, I never would go back to that. Honestly, I admit I've done maybe did some theft in the past. And when I did, it was never from anybody. You know, I wouldn't go in and steal something out of someone's purse or steal something like that. You know, the shit I was doing was, I ain't gonna say, I guess it's business, white collar shit. You know, yeah, got me locked up almost for 2 years for doing some of the stuff I did. You know, I used to pass bad checks, stuff like that. I used to bounce checks. That's what I was doing. That was my hustle, you know, writing bad checks. I'm not proud of it. It's just, hey, at the time, life kind of messed me up. I wasn't thinking right. Wasn't thinking right about what I was doing. It's like, basically, it was like this when I was doing it. When I was doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I didn't think about what I was doing. I didn't realize what I was doing. I just did it, and, you know, it was part of my, you know, impulsive. I was impulsive back at the time. I did stuff and didn't think about the consequences of what I was doing. You know, it's back before, you know, I didn't have no help stuff. You know, I was really into some shit. But, you know, I moved out of Cincinnati. That's why I moved up here to Louisville. You know, I came up here to Louisville because I needed to start another life. Because if I stayed in Cincinnati any longer, then I would probably been looking at jail time. I'd have wound up in jail if I stayed up in Ohio. I was on my way to, you know, I mean, if this shit I was doing, I was pretty much on my way to the penitentiary. You know, and, you know, I had to change my life. And, you know, some of the things I did to get up there, you know, I even do some things that weren't legal. You know, a lot of things I did. And like I said, I was bouncing checks from place to place. You know, I bounced checks to get up here. I bounced checks to get myself situated. But the thing was, when I did bounce checks, when I came up here, I made sure I had the money to pay it back. And I'm always make sure I pay the check back. You know what I'm saying? You know, I used to bounce checks to get groceries. I used to bounce checks. That's what I mainly bounce checks for. You know, bouncing checks for that. It was some shit. You know, like you said, credit card. Oh, you take credit cards. take credit card checks. I used to take them checks, write them out for so much long amount, and I'd cash them. And I had to pay all of it back, too. I had to pay the money back. It wasn't fun. And I chose to pay it back. Once I got up, you know. I'm with. Yep, that's right. But I was in my late 20s or mid 20s, and when I came up here in 2000, I'll tell you another thing. I used to not steal cars, but shoot. I mean, I used to get. I just had my little. I had my little hunts. We call it. I schemed. I did a lot of scheming back in the days. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you would call the stuff I did white collar. Yeah, I did mostly white collar, stuff. Because, even though, street hustles is good, but street hustles got you killed most likely, Hi, how you doing? Same thing. It's like, if I stole something, if I was doing shit like that, I'm what you call a Robin Hood cat gangster. If I have to steal something from anybody, I'd rather do it from places that got money, places that are low. I'd rather steal people got money. And I ain't trying to make anybody mad. I ain't trying to offend nobody on here. But, if I had to scheme somebody, it was mostly certain white people. Certain white people. White people that are voting the damn Republicans and conservative people in there, take all our jobs and shit. People are trying to keep us down is who I would have rather stole from. I never wanted to steal from, I did some shoplifting. I used to do that. I got some friends could tell you what kind of shit we used to do. Because we was struggling back then. We was struggling. It's just when I got up here, I tell you, I filed bankruptcy on all my stuff. I don't know. I'm going to tell you what I did, because if I didn't, you couldn't trust me. I'm letting you know I did. I did, and I admit what I did. I'm wrong. I came up here 2000, started another life. I was, like I said, I first moved up here, first few months. For about a couple years, I was homeless. I was staying from place post to post. I was staying in shelters. It just, Cincinnati just had nothing but trouble for me. I wouldn't have got killed in Cincinnati, but like I said, I would have been probably doing time in about 2 to 5 years in a penitentiary. So I said I came up here, got my life together. I went through a lot of hardships. when I was up here, but it was worth it, and I'm glad I went through them. In the name of Jesus. Name of Jesus. But I'll tell you another thing that's happened time. I was getting into it with my family too. What? I really don't. I wish I could help you out, but because I'm on my last leg. I'm out here right now trying to look for a hustle.
Yeah, the one thing I want to do,
and I ain't out here.
But if I got some change in my pocket, I'm gonna offer you 50 cents.
Thank you. I ain't out here panhandling. I'm trying to just find me a hustle. I go out here, when I make my money, I'm going to do something for my money. I'm going to work for my money. I don't have no respect for these people out here that just ask for change and think somebody owes them something. Huh? Yep. That's right. Yeah, I got too much to do for the rest of this month. I can't. I got second of the month till I get paid. Now I need money now. I need a stack. Okay. Let me tell you, 2000 I came up here. It was the first few weeks, for a few months. A lot of things. Another things I was doing was credit card. I was addicted to credit cards. Credit card debt. You know, it was about, I was only like 26 years old. My debt, credit card debt, you know, it was my other hustle I was doing. I was just running up every credit card I can think of and not paying them. You know? Because I said to myself, well, I didn't care about messing up my credit because I knew I was going to be filing bankruptcy anyway. I came up, so what I did, that was about maybe, I did that about 6 months after I was living here. Because I had to go through find me, get the money to file the bankruptcy, go through the lawyer, go through all the business, all that stuff, and filed Chapter 7 back when we was able to file the stuff like that. Back when it was easier to file bankruptcy. It's not, you can't do it now, because now you're going to be paying thousands of dollars, and most of the time, I think, only time you get Chapter 7 is if you absolutely have no income. You can't actually have much income coming at all. See, like right now, me, if I even file Chapter 7, they try to file, I mean, even, let's just say you got, maybe they might give it to me, because I mean, that's Miss Cynthia, that's why I love your son. He's real. I sure said it like it was on that post. He deserves more credit than what he's been given. But now we back to my story. But 2000, I don't know where Rose, Richie, Francine, Kim, Thea, they knew everything I was going through. Shit. Oh man, even though that was my friend's husband, Don was awesome. I miss Don. The Popo was looking for me. Anybody was looking for me for shit. Don made sure the Popo wasn't going to find me. Oh, I miss that man. Why did he get shot? Why? I've lost a lot of people I knew. You know, everybody, all my friends I had. Most of my friends I've had up here since I've lived here. They gone. They passed away and gone. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Well, 2000, it was November 2000. I filed my bankruptcy. You know, and not only did I file my bankruptcy, but it was the end of my hustles, end of my scheming, because I had told myself that I'm telling you, back at the time, of stealing, you know, it was coming and writing a check, shoplifting. I mean, it was coming to disease. And I'll tell you another thing. When I was messed up, even when I was about 15, when I was growing up, I used to steal from my family. Mom and Dad could not leave money on the dresser. My brother couldn't leave money out anywhere because I'd have my good days, but then if I had a bad year, if I was in my bad stage, I was stealing from my family. I'm wrong for that. Yeah, my dad wanted to give me an ass whooping for that. Shit, do it. Because you know what? You got to steal from anybody. Don't steal from your family, your friends. Don't steal from the people that love you. You know? Like I said, when I got back to doing my shit again in the 90s, I wasn't going to do it to people I loved. Like I said, I was Robin Hood. I was Robin Hood. I steal from the rich, but I wasn't. I guess I'm saying if I gave to the poor or not. You know. At the time, though, I was kind of. I'll admit. I know you don't. Oh, I know. I know none of you guys do. I got that instinct to know. That's why I trust you. So at least I'm admitting stuff that I did. I'm admitting the wrong I did. And I'm wrong. I was bad what I did. You know, let me tell you something. 2000. It was the end of 2000, about November. I said to myself that I would, once I had paid off my last check that I had bounced, my money was in order, little in order. I wasn't really rich or nothing. I finally decided, I told myself that I would never steal again, that I would never bounce another check. I had a car that got repossessed. I might have been without a car, but you know, it was from J.D. Byrider, but that was, they gave me a dud anyway. They gave me a bad car, so, you know, they fucked me over on my money. Fucked me over on my warranties, everything, so I just let them come get it. So I found myself without a car, without, you know, eventually, and at the time I was working 2 jobs, you know. I was working at Columbia, and I was working at a gift shop, which was good, because the damn Columbia job, a month later, didn't even work out. So, you know, I was there 5 months, and they fired me over some bullshit. I even had to go to court, even try to file charges on them for discrimination. And they just, of course, they lied their way out of it. They lied their way out of it. You know? And I even told them, they said, look, they need to be investigated. That place need to be investigated, for real. Because they was doing all kinds of discrimination shit. What it was, it was one of those jobs. I mean, you know, when I came up here, see, before I moved up here, I came up here to make sure I had a job lined up. You know, I went to a job fair. It didn't take me 2 days to find a job. But the thing about that job is it's always in the paper. It's always in the job ads. And they still in there. Even when the economy's bad, they still hiring people. And the reason is because they have a high turnover. And the high turnover is their fault because they'll hire so many people, get rid of them, keep maybe 1 or 2 people, and then they'll hire other people, you know. And it wasn't even looking at your job performance, you know. You could, I guess you just couldn't, they didn't, you know, they fired me because I think they didn't want to pay me bonuses. I was doing good at that job. It was a bill collection job. It was account representative, you know. I was good with the customers when they would call me. I worked with them, you know. Just that I had one guy who called and got nasty with me. When I did call him, he called and threatened me. He wouldn't talk to me. And I told him basically, and I wasn't rude about it, wasn't nasty. I told him if he couldn't cooperate, then I had to send him a final notice. And they fired me because they tried to say, well, I threatened a customer. And he said, it did this, it did that. But see, there's other people up there in that place that did the same shit, and they got to stay. And other things they was doing, they would have, I'm going to tell you another people, they would be other employees that weren't doing a job. They wouldn't sit at their desk doing what they supposed to do. They'd be up pacing, just circulating the aisles, bugging people while they're trying to work. And one girl came over and started pressing the buttons on my phone, and I got in trouble for it, and I told the supervisor, and she didn't want to believe me. She wanted to believe her. So, to me, they were trying to fire people. They were trying to hire people and get rid of them. They knew I was a good worker. They knew they'd have to pay me a bonus tax. They know they'd have to pay me some bonuses, and they didn't want to pay them to me. And there was one time they had some kind of, I guess they would have those contests, something like that. Whoever gets a collection on credit card, such and such, gets this and that, gets this and that. And every time I had got it, oh, my supervisor Rob would be like, oh, why did she have to get it? And then he laughed at me because of my Tourette's. He laughed at my disabilities. They even tried to fire me first time, saying, well, we ain't going to be able to use you if you have this because, you know, and I told him, I said, look, I have been working so many jobs for so many damn years. And you know what I'm saying? I use a damn telephone, and it does, no, my Tourette's does not affect doesn't cause me to press the wrong buttons and cause me to do shit, you know, because I'm engaged in doing something. I told her like it was. Because I even said it. I even told him, I said, look, if you get rid of me because of this, because I got what I have, well, you know what? You know I'm going to be in court with y'all. But it was stupid. The guy that ran the whole damn thing, I ain't going to say it. I had nothing against gay people, but he was a faggot. Looked like one. No, nothing against gays and lesbians. In fact, you know, I always stand up for the rights and stuff. I'm always showing up for stuff. But, you know, I'm just saying I'm just saying the guy that ran the whole damn thing was a damn sissy. And, you know, even the lady that hired me, let me tell you something, the lady that hired me, Miss Dory, said they was wrong for firing me. She said she got, you know, eventually it got too stressful, and she went and found another job somewhere else. She went to Malone's. But I'm telling you, even when I lost that job, I now had a part-time job at the gift shop. It's all I had. And, you know, and the place where I was staying with somebody at, you know, we could not, she had a lot of people stay in her place, and landlord said that we had to go. So I found myself on the streets, but I never slept on the streets. I wound up going to a shelter, and I wound up staying there for about 8 months. I stayed at Wayside. I've been homeless. I've been homeless not even just that time. There's times even when I was 15, 16, I was sleeping out on the streets. I ain't gonna explain that, you know. There's times that me and my family weren't getting along and shit, and things got bad, so I used to run away from home. Even meant sleeping in a damn park in a bathroom. But anywho, I'm telling you, right after, even though I just on part-time job income, you know, it's not much income, you know, but it was money in my pocket, you know, but I never again went out and stole a damn thing. Never. I told myself I wouldn't steal again. But then the following year, 2001, I was having all kinds of problems with jobs. I mean, 2001, I worked about 2 jobs all the time. Sometimes I worked 3 jobs. And when I got to 3 jobs, it kind of got hard to work 1 job. So, you know, I was working as a receptionist over at Contentbrook Hospital. And they got rid of me. I worked there about 2 months, and they got rid of me because of where I was living at. They were just kind of stuck up their ass. You know, they was being stupid about it. You know. But see, at the same time, they were mad because I lied to them. I told them where I was staying was a room. I wasn't staying at a shelter. Because I knew if I told them I stayed at a shelter, they would do something to try to get rid of me. See, that was what was hard about being at a shelter. You know, if they know that was Wayside, ain't nobody want to hire you because you was homeless. I went through some rough shit. But I tell you, I made the best friend I had ever made in my life in 2001, 2000. You know, when I was at Wayside, I was all alone. I was without my friends. It got a little depressing. And then I remember I met a friend of mine. I met this woman, it was like maybe a few months before, back 2000. A friend of mine took me to and from work, Miss Phyllis did, and she had a friend with her that she picked up riding in a car. That was Miss Cheryl Brown. Miss Cheryl Brown. I met Miss Cheryl. I'm telling you, one day I was at Wayside. I came home from work, and I seen Miss Cheryl sitting there in the living room or in a common room or whatever it was, and I'm telling you what. That's where we became the best friends ever. I mean, we've even been through hard times being homeless and doing stuff. We've been ups and downs, but she's never any friend that could replace her. She was my favorite friend. She was my favorite friend. I miss Cheryl. I miss Bird. I used to call her Bird. I miss her. She passed away last year in March. I think they could have helped her and did something at that damn hospital. I don't think the hospital did enough for her. I know she was sick. I know she had things wrong. I didn't even like the nursing home she stayed at before she died, you know. But, you know, things have not been the same since she's been gone. I'm telling you, I have been going through this grief and loss it's going to take forever. You know, I've lost a lot of friends, but let me go back to 2001, okay? I get off the subject sometimes, you know, but 2001, it was June 2001, it was the beginning of June, the month of my birthday. And I was one day, there's this, you probably can't see the church, but it's behind there, Greater Bethel. And I was crying and praying about what way Tim Brook did me when they got rid of me. And Miss Francine, Kim's mom, Miss Ritchie, Miss Momma Ritchie, she, very religious, very church-going woman. And her and then Shay's mom had me sit down in a room, asked me if I had considered surrendering my life to Jesus. You know? And I'm telling you, it was a Sunday, and they wanted me to get baptized, what they wanted me to do. So I had to think about it for about a week or so. If I was ready to give my life to the Lord and stuff. But I'm telling you, I went back that next Sunday and decided, because let me tell you, I went to that service. I went to a service up there. That's my secondary church home. It's Greater Bethel. And they had a pastor. I don't know if it was Pastor Stewart or a guest pastor they had. But I was going through a lot of troubles, and he said to put my troubles in the Lord's hands. And that was the realest sermon I'd heard. So I remember that sermon he gave, and I said, you know what, I am going to give my life to Jesus. I wanted to straighten myself up. I came up here in Louisville, straighten myself up. I'm done with stealing. I said I was done with that shit. Done with stealing. I was done with that. But I went all the way there. There was other things I was doing, but I was done with the stealing shit. I never would steal again. Even though there's times I might have been tempted to and almost tried to do it, but it didn't get through. But I'm telling you, it was 2001. June 2001, you know. I want to get that tattooed on my arm. If they can come up with some kind, when I get the money, I'm putting a tattoo on my arm that says, Jesus saves. Jesus saved, and I had a blue cross, or had a rose, a cross, or whatever, and I was put that year 2001, because that was when I got saved. And it wasn't just getting baptized, but I went through a lot of hardships afterwards that brought me closer to Jesus. Brought me closer. I had went through periods where I was working all these jobs, I'm homeless, and then there was even time I had a place, lost it, because I couldn't keep a job, there wasn't no work, and I found myself penniless. I found myself with no job, no nothing, no roof over my head, nothing. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. I remember being out here in the damn rain. No money. Okay? I was getting ready to get evicted from an apartment. But I got out before they got evicted. That was at Arcade. You know? I had a job as a cab driver. I lost that job. That was a ripoff. Right? They really fucked me over on that. Now I found myself without nothing. I was trying to go to extensions and labor works, get work, and it wasn't doing a damn thing. So I found myself. But I tell you, when I went to, this is one time, it was around Thanksgiving that year. You know, Thanksgiving wasn't the best that year. I didn't have the best Thanksgiving or Christmas that year. But, you know, I didn't have the best. I had no money on the holidays. None. Not a damn thing. I was relying on people for cigarettes. Relying on people give, you know, shit like that. But I met this friend of mine, and she was like an angel, giving me from God. It's like God knew I was in trouble. God knew I needed help. And this woman was awesome. Miss Wanda Shannon was awful. Her last name is Lee, right? Wanda Lee. She took me in her house, and during the time I stayed at her house, we got close to the Lord. We was getting up, going to West End. That's where we go. That's where my church home is. We was going to West End every Sunday, everything they had, because we was involved with that church, because that church is what helped me. That church helped me. You know, the church helped me. You know, when I went to that church, you know, when I was staying there, I found myself back working again. Found myself back to working. I was trying to apply for disability at the same time. But I'm just telling you, that period, it was from like September. It was from September to November, December, even afterwards, you know, when I wasn't at my friend's place, you know. Me and some of my friends was doing shit, you know. I never got addicted to some of nothing, but I'm telling you, I will admit, you know, I've done dope smoked dope a couple times, but I never got hooked on any drugs like that, because I was too much on my money. I wanted my money. I didn't want to lose my money to drugs all the time. You know, I tell you, things I did for my money. I mean, there's a couple times I sold my ass for some money. Sometimes I even went to one of those peep shows to get money, like $50 a pop. You know, $30 a pop. When I had nothing. And even when I had work, it wasn't enough. I still did it. I mean, I'd be over there on 4th and Winkler, you know, back in. There's a lot of prostitutes that hang out, crackheads that hang out there trying to get it. I don't try to remember. I don't mention names of mine, because you know what? But this one girl I used to be friends with, she was a real hustler. Man, she was on the shit. She was on that crack big time. She was on that crack big time, I'm telling you. She would go sell her ass for it. And I used to be out there while she'd be out there selling her ass. Boy, she'd be trying to get cars. She'd be trying to get the money. Oh, she'll rip a motherfucker off, too. And her brother would help her do it. Because her and her brother were both on that dope. And she's well known out there. She's very well known in that neighborhood. If you mention the girl's name, she had that, it's like, I say, I know it wasn't good what she was doing either, you know. The thing was, I wasn't stealing no more. But even when I made other mistakes, you know, I did things like I said, I've smoked some drugs. And a lot of times I was tempted to get on that crack too. So when I be down and out and think the world, society shut me out, the way society was treating me at the time, I said, man, you know, I thought, well, even if I worked with people, you know, there's people I worked with. And the jobs I was keeping, people where there's a bunch of crackheads working. I said, you know, I must fit in with these damn people. See, I was going through a lot of self-issues at the time. You know, I thought, well, I fit in with I fit in with these crackheads, you know. I was so much tempted to get on that stuff. I wanted to smoke that crack. But at the same time, I didn't like having no money in my pocket. I didn't like do it. I didn't like being out there nothing. The only time I might have done some shit like that is if I had the money to get it, and not where I can, and somewhere to smoke it. You know. Yeah, I went to this one girl. She was a well-known prostitute. You know. I'd be out there sitting out there on 4th Street, 4th and Lincoln, out there in the South Louisville. And she started talking to me, and so we was talking about getting high and shit, you know. I went to their house with her to get high. And, you know, it's like when I smoked that stuff, you know, I tell you. I'm trying to think what it was like when I smoked it. I know when I took the puff off the pipe, it was fucking hotter than shit. Yeah, that's what else I did. I went back to smoking dope. I didn't like the, you know, they got so hot. And I would feel high for a minute. It's like, you know, when I would smoke this stuff, it felt good for a minute. But you know, a high only lasts a second, minutes. And then once you're coming off that stuff, once I came off that stuff, boy, I was nasty, I was moody, shit. I couldn't even go back to my friend. Wherever I was staying at the time, I couldn't go. Because I wasn't going to go to her house like that. So at least I had the thoughts, knew what's going on. But you know, I did stuff like that. You know, I ripped and ran these streets like it was nothing. Yep, South Louisville was my hood. That's where I did everything. But, you know, I still go back to it all the time. That's still my hood. But I tell you, I got to see what I was making mistakes same time. And then when I found myself, you know, when I was, but my friend helped me out a lot. She was, you know, we went to church, we did a lot of things together. And eventually found myself working in the school system. I got back on my feet. I got my Section 8 came through. I got my place to live. First place was over there. Got my first place out there off Shagbark. That's where I lived. But it wasn't Shagbark, it was the Shakes. It was the street next to it. It was the street next to it. But anyway, that's the end of my story about that. You know, like I said, I'm not going. I've done that. You know, I'm not trying to go back out here and, like I said, get money. I don't want to go out here and sell my ass. It's not respect. I mean, it's very. I look at it as the grading plus. You know, me being a Christian. I mean, it's not something the Lord would want me to do. You know, it's disrespecting myself to go out here and have somebody pay me to get, you know, pay for some head. I'm not trying to go to these assault stores and do whatever. I'll do peep shows. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not going back to that. I've been done that since, like I said, 2000. That was the only time I did that. You know, 2002, there was times I was only on part-time income and barely had enough to live on, but I just never, like I said, went out and I was done with that. I was trying to get myself better, trying to straighten my life out. Yeah. But anywho, I'm just talking about my hustles. I said I don't want to have to go back to the things I did. Because if I'm down and out, I ain't got no money. If it's between me going back to my shit and being broke, I'll stay broke. No, because the Lord will help me. The Lord's going to help provide. I'm sitting out here, that's who I need. That's who I'm trying to count on right now. I'm counting on the Lord, You can't get the job, the Lord's going to help you somehow. I just got to keep praying and asking. But sometimes I wonder, I've been praying and praying, but the Lord ain't answering my prayers. I asked the Lord, I said, what am I doing? How come, I'm trying to get some work, and, Halloween's coming up. And other than I'm out here, I had to miss out on my college homecoming this weekend, and that's really me with my internet shows, my shows. Let's just say all these live videos is like a show for me. For a sequel show. It's an interesting life. But I'm telling you something. I'm sitting here asking God. I said, I get those days when I'm frustrated. When I get so stressed out, my emotions get out of control, and emotions just get out of control. I start having anger issues and it's part of my, I could really talk about it. I just get angered, I get depressed, I start having my flashbacks and stuff, Things get stressful, I ain't got nothing. And sometimes I'll say things maybe I don't mean to say. I think sometimes I sit there and think that God don't want me to have a job. God don't want me to have money. God don't want me to have nothing for some reason. Because I keep praying and asking for it and never get it. I said, God, what did I do? What have I done wrong? I was trying to get better for myself. Trying to live a better life. Lord, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. There's only so much I can do. I'm sitting here asking the Lord. I said, Lord, do you not want me to work? I get those, because, the reason I get like that is because one time I went to, back in 95, I went to a Baptist student union at my school and met some people, and the people would sit there and tell me that if I'm praying and asking for, it's like, usually when stuff don't happen the way I wanted, it wasn't meant to be, because God did not mean it for you. So I'm sitting here assuming God don't want me to have. I'm not saying if I'm out here just trying to work and do stuff for my money, God don't want me to do nothing. I think that feeling. Sometimes 1 minute I'll think God don't want me to do nothing. God don't want me to be anybody. God wants me to be a bum. God wants me to be this, And then the next minute I'm thinking, well, God's, especially when I go to places and get food, get clothes and stuff, and go where they help you. And it seems like every time I show up, they don't have as much. But when I'm not there, they have everything. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, maybe it's God trying to tell me I'm not living up to my potential. And I read an article about that one time, and I thought, well, maybe that's what God's trying to tell me. I said, well, God, if I'm not living up to my potential, what am I supposed to do? What's your purpose for me? What do you want me to do down here? I'm like saying, God, I'm trying to do the responsible thing here. I'm trying to do the responsible thing. Trying to do the right thing. Why is it not working? Why? I'm out here right now on a hustle. I'm trying to sit out here and find one. Like I said, I'm going to do what Shardy was doing. But I would rather ask him at Thornton's first before I do stuff like that. Because I'm not just going to show up and do it. Okay, when I go out there and do this, I'm going to be like, you know what? All these damn panhandlers. I said, this is how the job is done. They asked me, I said, I ain't going to let them take my hustle, but, it's how the job is done. If they take my hustle at Thornton's, there's so many gas stations I go to. I ain't always got to go to Thornton's. And plus Thornton's is a company chain gas station, you know. See, they may not let me do stuff like that. But see, the one that Shardy's working, the gas station at the King store, that's like it's a mom and pop owned place. Usually, mom and pop places let you do shit like that. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I'm sitting there just thinking back for a minute. I said, you know what? You could rack up, even if you just charge $1, that builds up. But she started making more money going out there entertaining people. The dancing and shit. Oh man, she is a trip. She a lit. So, you know, I think if I make my trip to New Orleans, when I make my trip to New Orleans, I'm going to swing by Houston and pay her a visit. Pay Shardy a visit. South Park. I might even go get her and bring her to Mardi Gras. When I go to New Orleans, I might have swing over there and pick her up. Shoot. I know her and Johnny they just broke up. Her and Johnny was just going together and they broke up. Said it didn't work. Johnny said it didn't work. Yeah, as I'm out here, just sitting out here trying to find something to do. Or just whatever. I'm about to just go inside because I don't know what there is. There's just nothing out there. You know? But I think I've been thinking about the gas station thing. Like I said, I'd rather work for my money than sit out here and bum off people. Sit out here and not do nothing. Because, you know, I can sit here and understand, you know, they're probably disabled and they can't work, but shit, you know, in my opinion, if you can come out here out of your house and sit out here and panhandle all damn day, you can get out here and wash windows, pump gas, do groceries. You can do that. No, why sit out here and just expect somebody, you know, the world to owe you something? You know, it's like, hey, they got that attitude, the world owes me something. I'm going to leech off everybody. I ain't going to go work. They got that attitude. They don't want to go work for their money. They want everything given to them. But anywho, I know I've been on here too long. And I hope it wasn't too long on here. I hope everybody enjoyed my conversation. But I had to speak. And anywho, I'll see you later. Peace.